You believe resilience is a trait, a gift bestowed upon the fortunate few at birth. This is the comfort of the peasant mind. It allows you to excuse your own fragility. You look at a man like David Goggins and you see an anomaly, a freak of nature. You tell yourself his capacity for suffering is biological, unreachable, distinct from your own. You are wrong. Goggins is not an anomaly. He is a result. He is a manufactured product of a specific, repeatable mechanism. The soul does not start hard. It is soft tissue. It must be calcified through friction. I have dissected the psychology of conquerors, from the stoicism of Aurelius to the strategic opacity of Sun Tzu. They all utilize the same calculus, the callus. Today we dismantle the Goggins phenomenon not as inspiration, but as leverage. We will execute the 4 laws of the iron mind. We do not seek motivation, we seek sovereignty. Your brain is a deceptive entity. It is designed for survival, not conquest. It is a terrified bureaucrat hoarding resources. When you feel you have reached your absolute physical or mental limit, you have only tapped 40% of your capacity. This is the arbitrary line drawn by your survival instinct. Pain is not a stop sign. It is a notification. It is the governor pleading with you to preserve energy for a threat that will never come. The peasant obeys the notification. The sovereign ignores it. Consider the Spartan Agog. They did not feed the boys enough to survive. They forced them to steal, to suffer, to bypass the hunger signal. They killed the governor before the boy became a man. Goggins calls this the 40% rule. I call it strategic override. You must view your fatigue as a negotiation tactic by a weaker party. You do not negotiate with subordinates. When the mind screams stop, you must recognize this voice. It is not you. It is the biology you inhabit. You must detach from it. Observe the pain as data, not sensation. By pushing past this threshold, you callous the neural pathways. You teach the brain that its signals are irrelevant. You establish a new baseline of suffering. But breaking the 40% barrier is useless if you cannot stare into the abyss of your own failures. This requires a mirror. This is the separation point. The modern world runs on affirmation. It tells you that you are sufficient, that you are enough. This is poison. Affirmation without evidence is delusion. To build the iron mind, you must engage in ruthless self-audit. You must look at your reflection and state the ugly truth. You expect to be coddled. You expect a strategy that makes you feel good. The reality is that feeling good is the enemy of being good. Goggin stood before a mirror and called himself fat, lazy, and illiterate. He did not use gentle euphemisms. He used raw data. I am broken. Only when you admit the machinery is broken can you begin the repair. Look to the Stoic practice of prosouche, attention. Epictetus demanded constant vigilance over one's own character. He did not hide his limp. He leveraged it. The accountability mirror is not about self-hatred. It is about accuracy. You cannot navigate a ship if your map lies about your location. You are lost because you lie to yourself about where you are. Every night you must conduct a forensic analysis of your day. Where were you weak? Where did you succumb to comfort? Write it down. Put it on the glass. This is not a diary, it is a tactical report. I wasted 2 hours. I ate like a glutton. I feared the conflict. Own the deficit. By externalizing the failure, you separate your identity from your behavior. You are no longer the failure, you are the manager of the failure. This is leverage. Yet identifying the failure is merely the diagnostic. To cure the disease, you must actively seek the infection. You must hunt the friction. This is the predatory application of resilience. It is not enough to endure. You must endure so loudly that you break the will of your opposition. Competition is energy exchange. When you are suffering, your opponent expects you to fold. This is the EVR gap. When you instead increase your output, you shatter their reality. Goggins used this in Hell Week. When the instructors tried to break him, he smiled, he cheered. He stole their power by refusing to accept the pain they offered. Consider General Hannibal Barca. Crossing the Alps was impossible. His enemies slept soundly, believing nature was their shield. When Hannibal emerged from the snow, he didn't just bring an army. He brought psychological terror. He took their souls before the battle began. Taking souls is about projecting invincibility. It is theatrical. It is strategic opacity. In your business, in your relationships, when the pressure mounts, you must go quiet. You must work harder. You must let them see you smiling in the wreckage. This signals to the tribe that you possess a resource they lack. You become the alpha not by aggression but by capacity. You callous the soul by absorbing the entropy of others. This level of detachment is not a gift. It is a clinical acquisition. It requires the presence of a collective hardened by a singular predatory intent. To sharpen this mechanism, subscribe to the channel. Do not follow if you still seek the warmth of the herd. But there is a danger here, a trap. You can become addicted to the struggle, forgetting the purpose of the war. You need a vault for your victories. The mind has a short memory for success. It amplifies failure and deletes victory. You must manually archive your triumphs. When the darkness comes, and it will come, you will forget who you are. You will revert to the frightened child. The cookie jar is your external hard drive of competence. Goggins writes down his obstacles overcome, not his trophies, his struggles. I quit smoking. I lost 100 pounds. I survived the divorce. You must reach into this jar when the governor tries to shut you down. You remind the governor of the track record. You use past suffering as fuel for present suffering. The ancient Romans kept the imagines, wax masks of their ancestors in their atriums, to remind them of the bloodline, to remind them that strength is inherited but also maintained. The cookie jar is not nostalgia. It is evidence. It is the legal precedent for your resilience. If you did it then, the calculus states you can do it now. Build your jar. Is it a note on your phone, a physical journal? It does not matter, but it must be tangible. You cannot rely on memory in the heat of battle. Callusing the soul is a cycle. You push past the governor. You audit in the mirror. You take souls in the conflict, and you store the energy in the jar. This mechanism creates a closed loop of sovereignty. You become self-sustaining. You no longer need the validation of the market or the pity of the tribe. Most of you will listen to this and nod. You will feel a momentary spike of dopamine. You will mistake understanding the path for walking the path. This is the final peasant trap, passive consumption of wisdom. Goggins is not here to save you. I am not here to save you. We are merely handing you the hammer. Let us look at the biology of the callus. Skin thickens to protect the tissue underneath. It loses sensitivity. This is the price. To be great, you must lose sensitivity to the trivial. You cannot be the sensitive, empathetic friend and the savage conqueror simultaneously. You must choose your mode. Strategic opacity means showing the callus to the world and keeping the soft tissue for the vault. Fear asks, what if I fail? Courage asks, what if I succeed? The sovereign asks, what if I simply endure? Shift your internal query. Do not ask for the outcome, ask for the capacity. What if I can run one more mile, not to finish the race, just to see if the machine will break? Treat your life as a lab experiment. You are the scientist and the rat. Push the rat, observe the data. Do not pity the rat. This is the ultimate detachment. When you view your struggle as data acquisition, the pain loses its emotional charge. It becomes merely information. The iron mind is not a destination. It is a maintenance protocol. If you stop the friction, the callus softens. The governor returns. You will leave this video and return to your comfort. You will check your phone. You will eat your sugar. You will soften. Or you will find the friction. You will look for the cold. You will hunt the discomfort. The choice is binary. Sovereignty is not given. It is forged. The hammer is in your hand. The anvil is waiting. Strike.